and talk about the significance of Kargil Victory Day. Joining me is retired Major General Dhruv Katoch, Director, India Foundation. Good evening and welcome, sir. Greetings to you on Kargil Vijay Diwas. First, Prime Minister says that Pakistan has not learnt any lessons from history, but India has. How do you articulate the manner in which the path taken by the two neighbours differ post-Kargil?
Thank you, Shubhendu. First, let me, before I get to that, may I just make a small statement? You know, especially to the youth following, watching a program, there's a very popular movie from in Hollywood, Mission Impossible, starring Tom Cruise. Now, that is real life. 25 years ago, the Indian Army actually executed Mission Impossible in real life. It is a saga in courage which I don't think has been matched anywhere in military history. Against impossible odds, this victory was achieved. So before I would like to, before I start, I would simply like to pay my respects and my salute to all those brave hearts who fought this war. Now, you see, you asked specifically how we have charted two different courses. I think the fundamental difference is that in Pakistan, they came under military rule. And in India, the military was subordinate to the political authority, because it is the political authority which is answerable to the people and not the military. Now, this fundamental difference has exacerbated over the years. And today, the major problem which Pakistan is facing is that the elected government still doesn't have the authority to do what they wish to do. And the military, which actually called the shot, is not accountable to the people. And once this element of accountability or non-accountability is there, nations chart different courses. In India, I think it is a very fine thing that the military is subordinate to the political authority, and the political authority is accountable to the people. And I think that really is the fundamental difference.
Right. General Katoch, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reiterated that India is determined to wipe out terrorism in all its forms. It is also a sort of restatement of the manner in which India's approach towards terrorism has transformed, a more proactive than passive approach to the menace.
But you see, Shubhendu, ever since independence, because we've been having this problem with Pakistan since independence, but the problem of terrorism really arose in the 80s. And then it became very, very serious in the 90s, and then it continued till 2014. And ultimately, the change came about in 2019 when a dramatically different approach was adopted by abrogation of Article 370. And we have seen the results since then, that in the last 5 years, from 2019 to 2024, the situation in Jammu and Kashmir has dramatically changed. Now, the question which people ask, and many people have been asking that is, but even after the abrogation, why do we still have terrorism? Now, the answer to that is that something which has been nurtured for about 3 decades by the Pakistan military, you know, a large segment of the people of Jammu and Kashmir have been radicalized. And to overturn that, it cannot be done in a short period of 5 years, but a very proactive stance has taken place. And the situation in Jammu and Kashmir today is dramatically different to what occurred prior to 2014 and ever since, let me put the period, say 1990 to 2014. There has been a dramatic shift. And I feel that when we carry on this path, this terrorism is going to die. Now, two things stand out, Shubhendu. One is that over the last 2-3 months, we have seen an increase in terrorist attacks south of the Pir Panjal in the Jammu division, while Kashmir Valley has remained dormant. And this next question people ask is, what is India doing about it? I think the statement which has been given by the Prime Minister today is an indication of what the future will hold. Right. One, it is a very clear message to Pakistan, listen, you have to behave, otherwise there will be consequences. And I think that is a policy statement. It is not the Prime Minister just making out a statement just for the sake of making a statement. It has been very deliberately and very carefully crafted. It is a message not just to Pakistan and the terrorists. I think it is a message which goes across to the world that when anybody sponsors terror, India has the right to defend itself, and we will do it in any manner we see fit. Now, that message has gone across. It is simply not a question of, 20, 30 terrorists are coming to India. Okay, they'll be killed, not today, tomorrow. We'll kill all of them. Pakistan will send 20 more. We'll kill all of them. But ultimately, we have to get rid of the terrorism factory that lies in Islamabad. I think the Prime Minister has conveyed his message today very clearly. The pain will now be felt by the handlers, by the people who are promoting this terror, that is the Pakistan military and the Pakistan political authority, the political establishment. Now, this message has gone out to them. It has not gone, the terrorists, of course, they'll take the message. But the message has gone out to the Pakistani leadership, both in the military and in the political establishment. And we will await, we will see as to how they respond. If they don't respond, there will be consequences to them. And these consequences will be severe and long term.
And General Katoch, finally, to be able to achieve that goal, how do you also look at the kind of preparedness that India's defense infrastructure has today?
You see, what has happened is, let me start again right from the independence time, I've served in practically all the border areas, and I commanded my division there. Now, this was that was the 2006-2007 period. Now, the communication infrastructure in Arunachal was very, very poor. In eastern Ladakh, it was also very poor. So this was the situation right from the time of independence till, I will say, about 2016-17. And then the changes started. Today, there's a dramatic improvement as far as the communication infrastructure is concerned. That is the most visible change. And that is why today the Chinese, you will find, I can say, in a panic mode. You see, their reaction has come because they have realized for the first time that India can do something to them. Otherwise, they were not too much concerned. India could reach there. The second thing was, the way the defense industry has shaped up. Now, over the last 5 years, the private sector has also come in into a very large way into defense manufacture, and the public sector has been transformed. When the Ordnance Factory Board was merged and defense public sector undertakings came into their place, the management has changed, the work ethos has changed, and we are seeing a dramatic change. The third thing is that we are now exporting weapons. Earlier, there was a ban on exports, that we said we are a peaceful country, we have followed the Mahatma Gandhi, so we won't export. Yet we were importing weapons. So I think, when over the next 5 to 10 years, our imports are going to decrease, our exports are going to increase, and our defense industrial base is going to get stronger and stronger. It is still in the infancy stage. To build up this base, it takes 20 years or 15 to 20 years. We have been in it for about 5 to 10 years now. It will take another 10 years. I think we'll be in a very good situation. And India will, even now, we are strong enough to resist external pressure in our foreign policy. After 10 years, there'll be no way in which anybody will be able to pressurize us, try as they will.
Okay. On that note, General Dhruv Katoch, thank you very much for joining us on the News Hour and sharing your perspective.